I've had Letterboxd for about 2 years now, and it's definitely made a difference on what movies I watch, how I perceive films, and my actual experience watching films. If you didn't already know, Letterboxd is a social media app where users can rate and review films they watch, see what movies their friends are watching, and create a diary which shows everything they've watched since getting the app. My experience with Letterboxd has been an interesting one, and there are many factors behind this. When I first got Letterboxd, I was already quite into films, and I liked the idea of there being an app to review and track all the movies you've watched. I didn't know anyone else who had Letterboxd, but despite that, it was the most used app on my phone just because it seemed really cool. I really like the thing where they ask celebrities for their top 4 on social media. I really like the diary feature, and I liked how you could rank all the movies you've watched in a certain year. So on paper, it seems like the perfect thing for someone who likes films. And obviously, I wouldn't have used the app for an entire 2 years if I didn't like it, so keep that in mind. So despite how good Letterboxd seems on paper, there are some issues with it. Somewhere on the way, I started to care way too much about Letterboxd. I would often find myself watching a movie and thinking about what I'm going to rate it during the movie, which ultimately ruins the experience. Films are obviously more than just a rating out of 5. For example, this happened with one of my favourite films of this year, The Odyssey. Throughout the entire 3-hour runtime of The Odyssey, I found myself constantly contemplating about what rating to give it, whether it's 4, 4.5 or 5 stars. In the end, it really doesn't matter and no one cares. But this really had an impact on my experience watching The Odyssey. And even after I gave a rating to this movie, I felt pressure to change it based off what other people had rated it and what the average rating is. A lot of the time I spent rating things on Letterboxd, I wasn't actually forming my own opinion, I was just saying what other people had said. Another problem I've seen on other forms of social media like TikTok in relation to Letterboxd is that people have started treating it like a sport and thinking they've achieved something when their diary just looks nice and says that they've watched a lot of films that month. I see this on TikTok all the time. There's this mentality of people watching a movie a day and thinking they're being productive. And as Letterboxd has become a lot more mainstream in recent years, this has only gotten worse. I'll see people who have absolutely no interest in films downloading Letterboxd because it's become popular on TikTok, or they've seen their favorite celebrity say their top 4, and they end up watching 3 movies a day and treating Letterboxd, as I said, like a sport just because people on TikTok said so. So despite how cool Letterboxd seems initially, it can have an impact on your experience watching films. This video isn't dedicated to hating on Letterboxd. As I said, I do really like Letterboxd as an app and as an organization on YouTube, TikTok, whatever. But this is just a cautionary word of advice from someone who has had it for a while and has been affected by it, and has obviously had the way I watch movies affected by it. So I'm not expecting you to delete Letterboxd having watched this, it's just me ranting about it a little bit. Anyway, like, subscribe and comment what you want to see next.